Welcome back to the Super Boxing League, and coming up next we have Vicky Singh from the Punjab Sultans taking on Amitesh Chaubey from the UP Terminators in this fantastic super middleweight bout. For the final introductions, we go inside the ring with Jared Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Amitesh Chaubey!
If any time a fighter has crossed over, it's been Amitesh Chaubey. Like his compatriot who fought yesterday representing Delhi, Pawan Man Singh, Amitesh Chaubey himself is also an MMA fighter, but originally a boxer, and he's going to put his skills to the test here tonight inside that cage in the SBL.
Amitesh Chaubey sounds familiar. I think I've heard this name before once or twice in my life.
And his opponent making his way to the ring, Vicky Singh!
Vicky Singh representing the Punjab Sultans against a very tough game opponent in Amitesh Chaubey. And right now, Jason, we're at an interesting scenario. We're 6-6. Both fighters are even, and both fighters have the opportunity to cut away and get that big win, guaranteeing their team a win. If they get a TKO or a KO, tonight's over.
Well, I would love to see that. I haven't seen it so far in the season.
Punjab Sultans Vicky Singh taking on Amitesh Chaubey for the UP Terminators in the super middleweight division. Both fighters weighed in approximately the same weight. Both fighters making their pro debut here tonight at the Super Boxing League.
And now, introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He weighed in at 77 kilograms, representing the UP Terminators. Give it up for Amitesh Chaubey! And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 78 kilograms, representing OPM Punjab Sultans. It's Vicky Singh! Ladies and gentlemen, as the action begins, the referee for the fight, Narendra.
Head up and don't clinch. Don't hit below the belt. Take a listen properly.
Oh, it's going to be a fun fight, Jason.
Yes,
I can't wait for this one to get started.
I am very excited. A lot of people might know that Amitesh Chaubey and we have fought before.
You guys have history.
And he knocked me out clean, so I know this guy has got some knockout power in his punch.
We're going to find out in just a moment, as both these teams now dead even, with these two boys have the responsibility to break the tie here and get that TKO KO, which is really gonna, after that.
Oh, look
big
at that.
right hand.
Cheeky. Amitesh Chaubey always does that. That's his favorite technique. He goes in for like a high five and then like baits you in for a punch.
Oh, he winged that, but you know what? That putting your chin out might not be the best strategy. It's a 1 and 2. Does Chaubey now being a little more patient? He can't stand straight in front of his opponent. Vicky trying to goad him in, get that shot.
I think that's the first time I've seen a referee tell a fighter not to showboat. Interesting.
Very interesting indeed. And Amitesh standing right in front of him.
I think Vicky is taking this a little bit too extreme. He should be cautious because Amitesh does have some knockout power. It was very unsportsmanlike behavior for him to come in like that.
Oh, he needs some shots! Vicky landed a couple of good shots and Amitesh brushing it off like that was nothing.
Both these guys are really some characters, and I'm happy to see it. We need some entertaining fights.
Amitesh
We don't want the average boring fight. Oh, nice.
nice jab there.
Vicky's got some good movement, man.
He's
He
fast.
looks a little bit out of shape and chubby, but he moves nice.
You can see the scores are tied right now. Beautiful jab there. He's fast. He slips that jab perfectly. Amitesh been caught by it once or twice. Wow, big swing by Amitesh. Not close to its target though.
I like the way Vicky's moving, staying on the outside, staying away from Amitesh's power.
Listen, do you feel it? The air is a little thick right now. It's like people are waiting for that one bomb to drop. And it can happen anytime.
Well, I have a feeling the way that this fight started with Amitesh and that cheap little move he did really sparked something inside Vicky here. And I think that Vicky now has got the momentum on his side, doing a little showboating of his own. Landed a couple of good, nice jabs and hooks with his lead hand.
Yeah, very good jabs, and a couple of them snuck through beautifully.
I think he surprised Amitesh with that. Amitesh seems a little bit hesitant, a little bit nervous.
Amitesh is not setting up that big right hand. He's just looking for that one bomb. Whereas Vicky is moving, he's landing 1-2s. May not be the biggest shots in the world, but will certainly do add up and give you points.
Yeah, and it does also push the momentum in your direction. Once you do land a couple good shots, it does improve your confidence. And as a fighter, it's crucial to
2
be
seconds
confident.
remaining in the first round. Amitesh trying to walk him down. Great start to this fight.
Yeah, good round.
Great round. This was the start. This is what you were talking about. He slipped. Vicky moved perfectly out of the way, and he lost his balance. A little bit of showboating here, but Vicky, I would say Vicky got the better of the exchanges.
Yeah, Vicky's doing a great job using his jab, setting up some combinations, working off that front hand.
Man, both these fighters are swinging. Amitesh is swinging for the fences, but I can see him in his corner, breathing heavily. Conditioning is a huge part of this sport. Any sport, be it MMA, be it boxing.
Especially in boxing, because if you've noticed over the season so far, since the first few days, most fights have gone the distance. And we've seen the fighter that's the more conditioned, more...
There we go, round number 2. Amitesh takes the center. Stalking his opponent. Vicky looking to circle, get out of that circle, away from that big power right hand that Amitesh loves to throw.
Yeah, Vicky's doing a great job
Oh,
with his
big
movement.
shot! Vicky now pushing Amitesh up, trying to rough him up with some punches in the clinch. Amitesh looking to come over the top. We need to see the replay if he took that one clean, because if he did, Vicky's got a chin on him. A bit of a bruise though underneath the left, on the left cheek of Vicky Singh.
Amitesh is moving better now. He's not staying in one position. He's got his hands down, moving a little bit better now. Some more head movement.
Very nicely done by Amitesh.
I think in the first round he was just going slow.
Wow, that was a huge... that one came from the hip.
Yeah, but he missed completely, so it doesn't really mean nothing. You rather, instead of swinging like that, you rather set it up with a nice jab, a nice straight, instead of these wild haymakers as Amitesh is throwing.
Take a look at the scorecard again. Sultans and the Terminators both locked in at 6 points apiece. Which one of these two teams will progress and get the lead here in this fight?
So as you were mentioning earlier, Arjun, this fight is a huge fight for both teams, because if there is a technical knockout or a knockout, it'll secure the victory pretty much for whatever team that gets that knockout, unless in the next fight
They get a knockout or a TKO.
exactly, and the chances of that happening twice in a row, you know, they say lightning doesn't strike the same place twice, so
We'll see what happens. A little more than a minute remaining in round number 2. We have 2 more rounds to go. This fight is staying a little more wary right now, but Vicky moving very, very well. Doesn't want to brawl with Amitesh.
yeah, Amitesh seems to be more comfortable with this wild brawling type fighting. Vicky seems a little bit more comfortable with the movement, staying on the outside, working the combinations.
Amitesh staying a little more patient this time around, but still not looking. Oh, big shot! Oh! Wait a minute, was that a knockdown, or did he take a look, or did he just lose his balance?
I think it was just Amitesh hit him and then jumped on him and pulled him down. I think he lost his pants in the process.
15 seconds remaining here. And for a second there, I thought that was a knockdown. With the kind of power these boys bring.
It looked like it landed clean, but
big swing and a miss there for Amitesh Chaubey. And let's take a look at the replay. That was the one that landed.
no, but it barely touched him.
Yeah, it grazed him, but it still left a bit of a mark underneath. You can see the under his left eye. He's got some swelling now as the fight went on. And I think this might be the end. This is where I think he... No, that's not it.
This is the one, Arjun,
Yeah.
right here.
He did tag him.
No, it hit him on the shoulder. It hit him on the shoulder.
Nevertheless, Amitesh looked a little better in round number 2. He seemed a little more composed with his strikes. And
Definitely.
his head was moving a lot better.
Yeah, his movement improved. He got a little bit more loose.
Here we go, round number 3. Vicky Singh for the Punjab Sultans taking on Amitesh Chaubey for the Terminators, with both teams 6 points each. Both fighters coming out strong.
I think Amitesh thinks he's still fighting MMA. This is the second or third time he's thrown down his opponent in a headlock. Unintentional, maybe, or intentionally, we'll never know.
Both fighters staying ready. Crowd still waiting for that big shot. Great jab by Vicky.
Very sharp jab by Vicky. I like the way he moves on the outside. You know, it's quite funny. If you look at the bodies of both these fighters, Vicky looks like the more out of shape fighter. Amitesh looks like he's more in shape, but the movement of Vicky is phenomenal. I mean, look at that. She steps out the way flawlessly.
Beautifully done. You know, I was just going to mention that Vicky is moving into his right hand, but he's so fast, he's so slick. He's moving very, very well.
And this goes back to what we were saying earlier, Arjun. Like, instead of throwing those huge overhand rights or loading up your punches, you want to throw straight punches, straight jabs, straight rights.
And that's what Vicky's doing. He's finding a home for that jab every time he throws it.
And that's why it's called boxing, Arjun.
Amitesh staying patient, walking down his opponent. But like you said, Jason, he needs to set it up that right hand, surprise the opponent. Look for that jab, look for the body shots,
Right.
and then look for the head.
Right, I mean, he can throw those big overhand rights, but set it up first. Throw a few jabs, a few feints, a few shots to the body, distract your opponent, and then go for the kill.
Again, over and over, he finds a home for that jab. And Vicky nicely moving away from that big power right. And I think Amitesh might be getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, he's fighting the fight he wants. Singh is fighting the fight the way he wants. He's taking Chaubey out of his comfort zone. Chaubey prefers to stand and bang with you, whereas Singh, he's elusive, he's on the outside, he's moving, creating the angles, left, right. Okay, the
Fighters
referee.
reset in the middle. I don't know exactly what happened there.
This referee, for some reason, does not allow taunting or doesn't like taunting. Every time Vicky Singh does some sort of taunt or puts his hands down, he stops the fight and tells the fighters to show some more action.
Both fighters now momentarily talking to each other. Big swing by Amitesh, and Vicky just easily moves out of the way. 20 seconds remaining in the round.
Amitesh is telegraphing those hooks and those overhand rights, and he's throwing them from the hip. And when you throw them from the hip from down low, it's easy to spot them and see them.
Oh, very nice 1-2 to end the round by Vicky Singh. And that came out fast. Highlights again. That was an attempt by Amitesh for a big right, went off balance. Again, there you go, big left hook, went off balance again. And this round is Vicky just evading all those punches and landing great combinations, crisp 1-2s and getting out of the way. Here we go, fourth and final round. I'd score it so far for Vicky.
Yeah, definitely Vicky is controlling the pace of this fight. He's fighting the way he wants to fight, the way he likes to fight. He's taking Amitesh Chaubey out of his comfort zone.
But you know, he's got 3 minutes to make this happen, and anything can happen in a fight.
Right, these last 3 minutes, they got to make it count.
Amitesh is still dangerous on his feet. He's got that one shot knockout power in both his fists. But like you said, he needs to set it up, because right now he's just eating 1-2s from Vicky.
Yeah, he keeps setting up the
nice
overhand right, but Vicky is doing a great job of moving, being elusive, staying on the outside, confusing Amitesh.
Amitesh is at this point just chasing him.
Yeah, Amitesh is trying to close the gap as quickly as possible. He wants to get in the pocket and he wants to bang with Vicky. Whereas Vicky skipping, staying on the outside, using his reach advantage. Look at that, nice movement.
Beautiful movement. He saw that punch coming and just switched over to the other side, just like he's been doing in the last 3 rounds.
No, he's a great counter puncher, and he's actually forcing Amitesh to fight the way that he likes to fight. Look at his movement. He stays on the outside. He's moving around, constantly moving. This is exactly what boxing is all about right here, you know?
Great movement, great footwork, in and out punches, and keeping his opponent guessing.
I don't know if he's falling down or slipping. I don't know. This is like the second time it's happened in this round. Maybe it's slippery from all the sweat.
Yeah, I think it's the sweat.
Because he doesn't seem to be tired. Doesn't seem to be like gassed.
He seems to be in shape. He seems to be in the most shaped fighter. Minute 15 remaining in the fourth and final round. And Chaubey still looking for that big bomb. Oh, huge shot! Whoa! Was that a knockdown?
It looks like he's going to get a second.
Yes, that was a knockdown. He's getting the 8 count. That was a knockdown. I think the first knockdown of this fight. That was a beautiful counter by Vicky. You need to see it on the replay there.
Yeah, it was so fast I didn't even see it. So hopefully we can get the replay. And these guys have been slipping so much. You can't tell if it's a slip or if it's a knockdown.
No, I think I saw Amitesh's legs buckle for a second there. And the referee immediately started the 8 count. And Amitesh, 30 seconds remaining, senses the urgency. He needs to make something happen. Great combination by Vicky Singh.
Last 20 seconds of the fight here.
Vicky looks at the
pushing
clock.
forward.
And Vicky's just going to look to tie him up here.
But I think Vicky's done enough to secure the victory here.
I think his fight is almost up. Amitesh still looking for that one bomb. He's just frustrated. As we go to the judge's decision. Great job by Vicky. Frustrated and stifled the attacks of Amitesh Chaubey. Didn't let him settle down, settle into a rhythm. This was the fight. Now let's take a look if we can spot where the knockdown happened. I think that was a slip earlier as well. And Amitesh again looking for that big bomb. Landed that big shot here, and Vicky comes over. No, I don't think that's the moment, but that was around that time. That's where he got the counter, and this was the end. Clearly frustrated was Chaubey. He really couldn't do anything at that point. Nonetheless, a great fight as we wait for the judge's decision.
Yeah, you can tell by the body language of Vicky and the body language of Amitesh. They both know who's won this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, declaring the winner by unanimous decision from the OPM Punjab Sultans, Vicky Singh!
Great job.
Ladies and gentlemen, the OPM Punjab Sultans now stand at 9 points,
3
while
points.
the UP Terminators are
We'll move on
at
to
6.
9. The score is now Punjab 9-6. There we go, look at this. Punjab Sultans gets the valuable scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the undisputed winner, Vicky from Punjab! Vicky, Amitesh बार-बार अग्रेसिव होने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, आप बार-बार उनको टॉन्ट कर रहे थे. एक वो मोमेंट भी आया when you were going to knock him out. And from 6-6, Punjab is in the lead, 9-6 because of you.
पंजाब दिल बड़े इनके, कभी गलत नहीं खेलते, सही खेलते हैं, सही मारते हैं, अपनी गेम खेलते हैं.
आप एक चीज बताइए, वो अग्रेसिव हो रहे थे, आप बार-बार उनको टॉन्ट कर रहे थे कि जबरदस्ती की स्ट्रेटजी थी क्या?
हमारे भाई आए हैं साथ, ये बाहर से खिला रहे हैं हमें, इनका बॉस है जो हो गया हमारे साथ, और सबका लव यू पंजाबी हो.
तो पंजाब के नाम पे क्या कहेंगे? चक दे फटे,
बोले सोने हाल.
सत श्री अकाल. Over to the commentators.
What a great fight. Puts Punjab, Vicky Singh does a great job and puts the Sultans in the lead with a 3-point difference. Playing to the